everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are doing the Libra Weekly Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates. Don't set anything on fire. Oh, sorry. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements, because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. Okay, sorry, I don't know what that was. Alright, let's see what messages want to come through for you. I kind of feel like things might feel a little bit chaotic for you right now, but I also feel like it's nothing new, like it's nothing that you haven't dealt with before. It's like you've been there, done that. Let's see what wants to come. It's like you keep dealing with the same, thing. You keep having the same issue come up. You still have the same issue with another person, no matter how many times you go back and reevaluate. You know, I remember a reading a long time ago. So I don't know where I read it. I don't know how true it is, but I remember reading something about your Saturn placement. So you might want to check your Saturn placement in your chart, but our Saturn placements are, it shows us where we face restrictions, where we're going to face difficulties, right? It shows us our past life karma, and it shows us the lessons that we need to learn and overcome in this lifetime. And so you will continue to get presented with the energy of Saturn over and over and over and over again until you figure it out, and until you actually learn the lesson. And it's not just about overcoming the obstacle, it's about learning what that obstacle has been trying to teach you about yourself. But I remember reading, like, it will I'm assuming it must be like in each house. It spends so much time in each house, and so it's like it goes into your house of fun, your house of pleasure, right? Which is the 5th house. It takes away everything that makes you feel good, right? And if that doesn't work, then it goes to the next house. It goes to your 6th house. It affects your work, your whatever, right? And it keeps going. It gets into your relationships, it gets into your family, it gets into this, and it affects every single thing until you finally go, okay, I get it. I get the lesson. And what it probably looks like in your life is that you keep losing people, or you keep going through situations and you're more and more alone each time, right? So what you need to do is, it's like, even if it's a different situation, even if you've been dealing with a bunch of different difficulties, look and see what the core of that energy is. Look at your Saturn placement first of all, and see what that means for you and what you're meant to learn. But it's go back and reflect on all of these difficulties and see what you need to change in the way that you're looking at it, and the way that you're handling it, and what this lesson is trying to teach you. It's like the only way to understand truly why you keep facing this issue, or why you feel so alone. For some of you, it might be that you really struggle with manifesting, relationships. But really go down to the core and ask what this has been trying to tell you. What is it that you're learning from this? What is the good that you can see in all of this? And at the same time, if you keep stepping in with the same exact energy and the same exact mind space, expecting something different to happen, then you're not really learning the lesson. You're just learning how to deal with and manage and move through the energy, and that's not what you want to do. I mean, you learn to be calm, you learn to be able to be calm and grounded through chaos, and that's a beautiful thing. But now you kind of want to get past that energy, right? All right. So let's see what is the energy for you this week. What's coming towards you? You're being asked to look at what you're committing yourself to and fully commit yourself. It's like fully commit yourself to the change, not just what you're wanting to manifest. Because you've done the healing work, I want to say, or you've done the hard work already. You've gotten through the difficult phase of it. But it's like you need to commit yourself to the idea that this means change. And you have to commit to the change. And you have to commit to the understanding that means that you have to change along with this, and not changing who you are at your core, right? But changing in the sense of how you're showing up, showing up as your authentic self, as showing up more in your authentic energy, like fully committing to embodying the energy of what you're wanting to manifest. So if you're wanting to manifest loyalty and integrity and honesty in other people, then you embody that energy yourself, and you commit yourself to always being that person, always being honest. You know what I'm saying? If you're wanting to, you know, manifest abundance, then fully committing yourself to making sure you're sitting in the energy of abundance, surrounding yourself with the energy of abundance. Let's see. But I want to say strongly, like, you have to be okay with the change that comes with it. You have to find comfort in the change that comes with it. At the same time, you know, if you're manifesting abundance, right? If you've always struggled with money and now you're in that place and you're manifesting abundance and you have all this abundance coming towards you, you still have to make sure that you're shifting your mind space to that more abundant mind space and not keeping yourself in the lack mind space that you've had to sit in, right? Or the survival mind space. Because if you're sitting in abundance with the attitude of scarcity, then you're going to struggle with that abundance. You're going to lose that abundance. You're going to worry that you're going to start hoarding your money. You're worried that it's going to suddenly be gone, right? So, yeah. Change your mind space, change your thinking along with it. Like, embrace the change in its totality. Yeah, I feel like it's time for you to once and for all make a decision about something. I feel like you still feel confused about it, or you're still wondering if this is an option for you, or you're questioning like the path to get there. But it's already yours. It's like you're talking yourself out of it, or you're not seeing the opportunity. You're not... It's like, yeah, the opportunity is there. The opportunity for love, the opportunity for change, the opportunity for success. I kind of feel like there's something that you're not necessarily acknowledging within your heart center. For some of you, if you're in a relationship with another person and things are kind of remaining in this, like, not choosing phase, I guess, or this in-between phase, it's kind of like, I feel like it might be that you maybe are waiting for this person to make a decision, or waiting for this person to do the right thing, or something along those nature. Like, I feel like you don't feel that you can speak on it, or you don't feel like there's anything that you can do, but it's like there is something you can do. You're just worried about creating the chaos that will come with it. Yeah, it's like there's a truth that you're not seeing. There's a truth that you're ignoring. But the truth, it like the truth lies in the lesson. It's almost like you need to be more receptive to what you're feeling, be more receptive to where you stand emotionally with this situation at this point. Let me see. Let me just get some clarity on what this is. If you are dealing with like conflict with another person, trying to create some sort of change, and the person that you're dealing with seems stuck and content and continuing to do things the same way, it's kind of like, I feel like you need to it's almost like you need to make the decision yourself, or you don't need to do anything. Sorry. Don't have to do anything. So you keep fighting the same battle. But again, it goes back to needing to understand it on a deeper level, or needing to see the lesson in it, needing to go about it in a different way, like needing to greet the problem in a different energy, right? And I feel like the way to do that is to really acknowledge what your feelings are, what your values are, what's really important to you when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to, you know, what you value overall, what's important to you overall. You know, when you get in like places where you're dealing constantly with struggles with another person, like you're going through a phase of a relationship where it's constant conflict, right? The focus becomes more on all the conflict, all the difficulties, and it's like you lose sight of, you know, the value, what you value about that person, what you value about relationships. It's like the perception shifts. And I feel like that's kind of where you need to look with this. If you're trying to like mend a relationship, it needs to be, the problem needs to be addressed and dealt with more through a place of love. And when I say love, I don't mean loving somebody so much that you're going to tolerate all their bullshit. I don't mean it like that. I mean love in the sense of loving yourself, feeling love for yourself, feeling love and understanding for the situation, but at the same time, love for what it is that you're wanting to create for your future, right? Don't see it as a battle of trying to win, trying to prove your point, trying to, you know, be the best one in the relationship or be that person's best option. Don't look at it as a competition. You have the Ace of Cups here twice, and you have the Tower here twice. It's like everything you want is available, but there's this like stuckness to like the illusion of this old way of doing things. And it's like it's like I want to keep saying, like, is your heart really in it? Is your heart really in it? Do you really want to invest and commit your everything to this, your body, mind, and spirit? And if the answer is yes, then are you committing all of that to it, right? Let me just get a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more where this is showing up. It's kind of like this huge imbalance in the masculine and feminine energy, and it could be the energy within you. It could be like within the connection. It's either this extremely guarded and protected energy, um, protective, like closed off energy, or this complete, you know, open, loving, nurturing, accepting of everything kind of energy. It's like too extreme. It's, if you're in a relationship, it's kind of like, I feel like one person is looking at the other person going, how can they be so calm all the time? And the other person is saying, why is this person so emotional all the time? It's like two extremes. And there's just kind of that balance that is needed. Like, if you feel that your person is too closed off, is too masculine, is too aggressive, then that's a message to you that maybe you're being a little bit too feminine, vice versa. You know what I mean? But it's like there's a need to address what is going on in the heart center of all of this, in the, what is that sensitive, touchy subject that maybe you're trying to avoid in all of this? What's those emotions that maybe you've tried to push back in all of this? All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Have a good week. Bye-bye.